Welcome back to the man cave. I thought now that we've got this cleaned up just a little bit more, I'd go ahead and do a short video of some of the things that I was not aware of that needed to be modified and were not talked about with the instructions on the installation. So the first thing that I want to talk about is right here on this transmission tunnel. This is where the park brake sets. It's actually from the factory, got a little dip in it right here that has to be pushed back up in order to clear the drive shaft. Right up in here is where the new heater box, air conditioner heater box is going to set. And I wish that I had looked at this air conditioning system before I finished the install of the motor. So the reason that I wished I had looked at this air conditioning heating unit before I did the motor install is because the way that I mounted the fuse block into this car. So this is the exterior half of the original air box for this car. And it sits here on the front of the firewall, which means that it sticks out approximately 4 inches. And I actually mounted my fuse block to this unit right here. The new unit is actually going to set flush right here, which gives me quite a bit more space in this area right here that I could have utilized for my electrical stuff. And now I'm going to have to redo this fuse block anyways. Not that big of a deal, but I wish that I had done this before we finished the install of this motor. So from underneath here, you can clearly see the additional clearance that I have up in here without the old heater box in place. And so right now I've got this new bracket temporarily installed. I'm going to have to trim this firewall just a little bit to get it completely installed, but you can clearly see that we've got a lot of additional clearance up in here for mounting things. And I wish that I had talked the owner of this car into doing this air conditioning unit when we were doing the engine. The next thing that I wanted to look at and talk about just a little bit. So we purchased this install kit from Modern Drivelines, and it came with the transmission and the bell housing and the flywheel and the clutch and all of the stuff that we needed to install this. However, when I got to putting this transmission into this car, we did not have the clearance from the crankshaft that we needed for this transmission to go into place. And so I had to add this 3/8 inch adapter right here to space this transmission back 3/8 of an inch. I wish that I had known that originally, but you know, it's one of those things that you run across when you're doing stuff like this. So the next thing that I wish that I had known in advance, this transmission mount right here, if this transmission mount was just 1/4 of an inch narrower, it would have allowed me better clearance between the transmission and the transmission tunnel, which would have allowed me not to have to make as many modifications to the tunnel as I did. So I wish that I had changed this around just a little bit. A lot of this video is simply things that I wished I had known prior to doing this installation. And the reason that I'm doing this video is if somebody else does this installation or something similar, I want the information to be out there so that maybe they can do a little bit of an easier installation than I did. Thanks for spending a little time with us here in the Man Cave. Appreciate you watching our videos. Please hit the like or subscribe buttons. And also leave comments. I will try and respond to your comments, and leave me ideas for videos and I will try and make them happen.